So, welcome everyone to the very first episode of the Views from the Pen podcast. Just a brief intro of what this is aiming to do. Myself, Frank, and Warren, who unfortunately can't be here next week, and we'll get onto that later, is going to do like a fans podcast, just chatting about the games, chatting about football, chatting about each borough, but all other things as well. Hopefully, along the way, we'll have some guests. Maybe some players, maybe a manager, maybe other committee members, other fans, whoever wants to join in, really. It's just a general chat. The more the merrier. If we can get 6 of us sitting here talking football, we talk football. It's not a problem. So, yeah, it's myself and Frank. Evening, Frank.
Hello, mate. How you getting on? All right?
Yeah, good. Well, perhaps we'll start by talking about Saturday, eh? What a bit of an exciting one.
It was a good game, wasn't it, mate? Very good game.
I wasn't that happy when I walked out of there, put it that way. But on reflection, it was that's exactly what non-leagues is all about, I suppose.
Yeah. No, it was mad. It was mad. I think I felt every emotion you can feel in a football game there. Like I say, to be fair, I was quite shocked when we were 3-1 up. You know what I mean? Like, we played really, really well. But yeah, it was just nice to be 3-1 up, and it felt like it was in the bag with 15 to go, didn't it? But things happen, don't they? It's football, and emotion sometimes gets the better of you, and all before you know it, it falls out of your hands in a blink of an eye. But I thought, like I say, the first sending off, I don't think we can argue. Unfortunately, that was a clear red. But the second one, I mean, whether it changed the game or not, who knows? But all I know is being down to 9 definitely does, clearly.
I think it's just a bit of unfortunately, it's a bit of a story of the season so far. Discipline's cost us quite a lot a few times. Perhaps it's something the team and the manager want to work on a little bit. We've got obviously we've had a red card in other games. We've had 2 in this game. Both goals come from free kicks. So again, that's discipline. The free kicks were poorly defended, to be honest. But the free kicks probably didn't need to happen in the first place.
No, that's it. Well, that's what they say, don't they? The best way to defend the free kick is not to give it away in the first place.
Yeah.
So ideally, it's just a bit of discipline. That's all it is. But no, I thought we played really well Saturday. We deserved better in the end.
I think we deserved
better. But I mean, when you look at it, we concede. Oh, go on, mate.
I think there's some few standout performances on the weekend. I think Ray had a good game.
Yeah.
I think a few of them had a really, really good game. Obviously, just a shame with how it ended. But
I mean, I thought the first goal was brilliant. Owen sort of breezy putting it over to Owen, and then Owen putting it in. Lovely finish from Harry. Like I say, I think the difference. I mean, Cressing away the week before, we obviously lost a few men. When you're 3 players down, the problem is with non-league. It's the problem that I'm sure all the clubs face. You get into a little bit of a roll. Couple of lads have to miss the next game, and then you feel like you've lost momentum, but you really haven't. It's just you lost players. Pressing, we were playing Harry Salter out of position, Harry Prince out of position, and only by what you have to do. But Harry Prince, for example, much better up there with Greasy, I think, because I think he's more technical. Pressing, he was playing as a lone 9, and don't really suit him. Where we had a few boys back on Saturday just gone, Owen looked better. As Greasy brings him in, Greasy can hold the ball up, and Harry can do more what's naturally to him, And I thought we just looked so much better. Really, really good.
I think that first goal, to be honest, was probably one of our best goals so far.
Definitely.
Because the whole scenario, Greasy bringing it down, flicking it through, brilliant. I thought it was a really good goal.
Lovely. I mean, obviously the newbie goal stands out. I mean, that's more of an individual, but in terms of team goal, that was top level goal. I think in most of the games, like you said, with the set pieces, in most of the games, I think in open play, we look competitive against everyone. There's been a couple of games where the levels have been a bit thin earlier on in the season when they were fresh, but I think in the last couple of games, no one's outplayed us in terms of open play. It's just lacks the concentration from set pieces and things like that. You look at Saturday, 2 free kicks and a penalty. So it was. I mean, we're not being outplayed in any way.
You expect penalties are penalties. You expect them to go in. I don't think anyone ever expects penalties to be saved. But we've got to get better at free kicks. We've got not just free kicks, dead ball situations from crosses.
Yeah.
So crosses in open play, I don't think we're that great on. So I think that
No.
one area, if we can nail that area, I think
Yeah.
we'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. No, there's so many positives, and I think practically to a man, I think every player from the first time I see him to now, I don't think there's one of them that hasn't that I don't think has improved. You can definitely see they're
Yeah,
adapting to the level, you know. So it's
yeah.
great news. Really good.
I think that's, yeah, if you look at the whole season, there was a bit of panic at the beginning with losing game
Of
after
course.
game
Yeah.
after
Yeah. Yeah.
game. But like, I don't know nothing about non-league football. And you just learn it as we go along. And I think
That's right.
having that young squad, they're only getting better. We've added a few players
Yeah.
here and there, and we've got some
Yeah. Yeah.
experience. But if we can take that spine through this season and keep it, then I think
Yeah.
the future's bright, to be honest.
Absolutely, mate. Definitely. Definitely. And we've got Brighton Sea on Saturday.
Yeah, it's
You
going to be a
making your way
tough
up?
one.
You going to get there or
I am,
not?
mate. I am, mate. I am. It's going to be a
Yeah.
very tough
Lovely.
one.
Yeah.
Second in the league. But
Yeah.
then I'm getting the gist for this league that teams are so
Yeah.
inconsistent. So you think, oh, they're
Yeah. Yeah.
second in the league, and they're obviously they're second in the league for a reason. But
Yeah.
then some of the teams who have played who are higher up and haven't been as good as some of the teams we've played that have been lower down. It's
Lower down.
just such a
Yeah.
hit and miss league at the minute.
Yeah.
I think
I
that
mean,
goes to what you were saying earlier about they lose players come in, players go out, and probably every team's got the same thing. So this week Brighton C might have their best team, or they might have 3 or 4 players that are not there.
yeah. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. 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 I
And
mean,
the
I
same
don't know.
goes
Do
for
they have
us.
a reserve team, Brighton Sea? Do they have a reserves, Brighton Sea? I'm not sure.
Not sure.
No, I'm
Not
not
sure.
sure. But like I say, like you say, sometimes it is that in it. You know, a few of their first teamers go. They might bring a few up from their reserves who are maybe not, hopefully, not at our boys' level. And
Yeah,
you never know.
I
You
think
might nick something.
we'll have a competitive team. I think I was in the gym last night with a few of the team, putting me through my paces. So the team train in the gym on a Monday. Not all of them, just whoever wants to do it. And I joined them last night for their session because I'm trying to get a bit fit. But someone's got to carry the saddle, haven't they?
Yeah, that's it, mate.
Do you
Honestly.
know what I mean? So I was watching the video back and I thought I was a bit slow carrying that shovel on for that Fox's mess. So thought I'd get down the gym
I watched the
a bit
I watched
quicker.
the video back, and all I could hear was my massive gates just shouting, and I was about 100 yards from the VO, so I've got to have a serious word with myself and calm myself down. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
But no, it
so
was
yeah,
great
so
fun Saturday. But
I was in there with them last night, and I think they're pretty positive. It's a good team. It's going to be tough, but I think
yeah,
we've got enough to make a competitive argument against anyone if we play at our best. I think at times we've just let ourselves down, to be honest.
yeah, yeah. I think that's the key, isn't it? I mean, it's go in there and you be brave. But at the end of the day, it is there's nothing to lose. It's a game. We're away from home.
Yeah,
We're a couple of men down, and this team are up there with Kings Park Rangers, who are obviously sort of trying to run away with it and are a different level to or a different sort of ambition to where we are at the minute. It's our first year, and
yeah.
obviously they're got internationals and paying bods, so which is
Well,
great for them. But
yeah. I mean, they've won the league already. I think if you go by their Twitter.
if you look at their media, yeah, you would think that it's all over. So I mean,
But yeah,
in many
like
ways, in many ways, we can't lose because if the East Thurrock boys get the result, lovely. If they don't, we've helped Brighton see out a little bit up against Kings Park in their endeavours of walking the league.
yeah, it's all good fun. All good fun.
Mm.
I do. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Look, Kings Park and Brighton and Sea and them sort of teams, they're on a
Yeah,
different path to us. They're
yeah,
established teams. Real targets for us, I'm guessing, is establish ourselves in this league,
yeah,
stay
yeah.
in the league, learn about the levels in the league. Obviously, because it's a
Yeah,
learning curve. Essex and Suffolk Border League is not really one any of us know. I've not even heard of
no,
half the teams, as the managers probably haven't either. So they're
yeah,
learning week by week. Yeah, so bring
that's
it on.
right.
I think it'd be a good game. It'd be a good game, and as long as all the fans have a good day, you're on that coach, having a beer, supporting the team. Who cares?
Yeah, it's going to be my first one on the coach. This is. I've got the boy looked after, so yeah, it's my first one on the coach, and hopefully, I mean, I ain't been a great omen as Mark Kenyon keeps telling me, but let's hope I prove him wrong on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, I've been on the coach a few times. I can't remember some of them, admittedly. Um, I think
Yeah, I think
there's some,
Tiptree.
yeah, there's some good stories going around. I can't really remember much of Tiptree, if I'm honest. But
No,
if I can't
no, no
remember
one's
it,
told me nothing.
it means it was a good game.
Exactly, exactly
Yeah.
right. Yeah, that's
Um,
right.
yeah. So hopefully it's a good game. I mean, away from that, did you watch the England game?
Did I did? Yeah, like I say, I watched both games, and I'm a bit like you in there because I saw you had your opinion on the first game. I didn't mind the team for the thing. I know we got
Uh,
punished. I know great. The thing
yeah.
is, when it's like you can't have it both ways. You know, people had to go at Southgate because he left his best on the bench. You know, he's more worried about holding. You're playing Greece. You know, you're at home. You take the game to him, and he picked. I looked at the team and I thought, I can't wait for this. Now it didn't work out, but sometimes it's players underperform. I didn't think certain players
Sometimes it
performed,
takes
and
time as
you know,
well.
yeah, yeah, that's
Sometimes
it
it takes
exactly.
time. I think all the fans wanted this attacking football and blah
Yeah, yeah,
blah
that's
blah, and
it.
then
Yeah,
you get it. It's not going to work. And I'm
not
not
all
being
the
funny.
time.
The fans want attacking football, and now we're talking about it getting two shell.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, yeah,
He's
exactly.
not
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
give you attacking football, is he?
No, no. As a Chelsea fan, I can tell you, he ain't going to give you that. He might give you some winning football, but not
Yeah.
necessarily. Like I say, it's not. Nothing's guaranteed at the end of the day. But the thing is, in Greece, they were organised. You know, so the problem is when you try and put a balanced team out like Southgate used to, you get criticised because it's boring. You know, he's no ambition. He's leaving
Yeah.
Palmer on the bench, Grealish on the bench. So then you lose, and then all of a sudden you need balance. Well, that was such an unbalanced team. Well, you can't have it both ways. The result will dictate the opinion, obviously. So then,
Yeah.
obviously, against Finland, he goes more balanced. He puts Angel Gomez in there, who was brilliant. You know,
Yeah.
he really,
He's
really
a good
was.
player.
I've seen you
Yeah,
pick
he's a
him
good
out a
player.
couple of months ago, and I'd never really paid much attention to him. But I know you watch any game that's on telly, so
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
I I did
yeah.
keep an eye out for him, and he's phenomenal. And he's a very good little player.
Yeah. I'd like to see him in England. Well, in the Premier League at some point. I think he's a real good player.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, no, so it was all good in the end, wasn't it? But we needed the old Ireland to do us a favour, and they
Yeah.
couldn't. So it just goes to show Greece are a decent side, didn't they? Good side.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's the Nations League. At the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. I think it's a good time to experiment. I actually like Kazi. I know he's a bit hit and miss in his press conferences, but I'm not going to mark a bloke on what he
Yeah,
talks in a press conference. I think he's
yeah, yeah.
unless we're
I've
going to
got to
get
say,
Pep
sometimes I watch
Guardiola.
them. Yeah, well, exactly. I've got to watch that. I watch them press conferences sometimes, and I'm like, how do you boys put up with it? The same questions, and you've got to find a different answer every bloody time. It must be a
I
nightmare,
know.
mustn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
But
John Coventry and Kev don't know how easy they've got it.
no, they don't. They don't. No, that's exactly right.
Um, yeah, so Premier League's back this weekend, but obviously no one go and watch that. Go and watch our game.
What do you want to go and watch that for?
Yeah,
We've got
exactly. I
Brighton and
mean,
City away. What more do you want?
West Ham Tottenham's the early kick-off anyway, so you can everyone can watch that. That's the top game
Yeah,
this week.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. I don't know about that. I need Chelsea to get back on track, mate, because yeah, we dropped some silly points again on the weekend. But again, I say silly points. There's no easy game now, is there? Every game's a challenge. All these budgets for the Premier League side are so high now, and there's so many good players out there. It's hard.
yeah.
But yeah, my glory days for the Chelsea are over. Unfortunately, I think we're going to be down in there, down in getting fourth place would be an achievement. I think for Chelsea again this year.
Oh, you never know, mate. But it's all about the rocks anyway. So
Exactly,
going back to
exactly.
what we said at the beginning, obviously there is a person missing from this podcast. The very first one, he should be ashamed of himself. I don't really know what's
It
gone on.
should be. It
Um,
should be.
so what do you reckon? I reckon for the next podcast, I could dig out a full kit, full East Throat kit.
Yeah.
He's got to do it in that.
No, I mean that's an honour. That's an honour. I'm thinking more of a
Really?
yeah. No, that's too much of an honour. He don't deserve the shirt. No, 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 no. Topless, topless. He's got to do it topless.
Topless. All right, I'm up for that. Topless. Just with the scarf around his neck.
Yeah, and the hat on. Yeah, you can have a scarf and a hat. That's all you can have. No, he's
Anyway,
yeah, I think he's under the weather, and he old Warren at the minute, unfortunately.
win.
So,
But
thank you. But yeah,
yeah,
you going football Wednesday?
no, I'm not. I'm out for dinner Wednesday, mate. Yeah, so for the viewers out there that don't know about it, me and Frank try and play football every now and then.
Have a go.
Yeah, it's not perhaps what I'll do is we'll try and get some clips on the podcast every now and then.
That would be good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it.
Really good.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I won't
it's
have
more
to
like
move the
walking
camera.
football.
Yeah, I was going to say I won't have to move the camera very fast.
No, no, there won't be
Anyway,
no slow mo. You'll think you're watching slow mo is more like it, probably.
anyway, so yeah, I think that's about it until next week. Hopefully
Lovely.
next week we can sit and talk about smashing Brighton. See,
Let's hope so, mate.
yeah, I've got. You never know. You never know. Yeah, so for everyone's information, me and Frank and Warren, we're going to try and do this every Tuesday. So we'll chat about the games. If anyone wants to get involved, you'll see me and Frank and Warren up the club. Give us a shout. Obviously, if you enjoy this podcast, please subscribe on YouTube. It'll go on YouTube. Please subscribe. It helps the club massively if we can get subscribers. So if you can do that, I'd be very grateful. See you later, Frank.
See you later, Jace. Take care. See you next week, mate.
Bye, mate. See you next
Bye
week.
bye.